Hello, everybody. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to the Horizon Discord, the server's not up yet, so we're just going to be hanging out a little bit. I've got something very interesting, though. We got the patch notes for today's patch. Super sick. So we're going to take a look at those. Those notes. These notes. These notes right here. It's right here for me. It's right here for you. What's up, y'all? I'm Quetch. Welcome to the channel. Although I doubt you're here for the first time. If you are, weird. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing Dynamis in a little bit once the server comes up. But like I said, we've got patch notes. So let's take a look, because holy crap. Yeah. We've got this is big. This is real big. Okay. What's up, Affin? What's up, Ninja? CeeLo, hello. Starting off, there is a stream at 3 o'clock on Twitch. Excuse me. At 3 o'clock on Twitch, showcasing the Relic changes. So this has been an interesting topic because pretty much this week it's been revealed that the relics hadn't been adjusted yet. So you may or may not know the amount of relics on the server currently. There are 3. A Gallarhorn was made first. And then a Annihilator was made. I only know the names of the players who... So, SK did Annihilator. And what's up, Chris? Did I say that already? I'm a little scattered today. I need to get some water, too. I'm super dehydrated. I forgot to get water before the stream. SK made Annihilator. And just this past week, Shuyin, which I believe is Ninja, the streamer, made Kikoku. And those are the 3 on the server. Now, I did not get a chance to check Shuyin, but I have checked both the Gallarhorn player and the Annihilator. They were unchanged. Now, to me, that meant that those particular relics were unchanged because they were already very good. Gallarhorn obviously is just very strong. In Era, it's the only weapon with Ballad plus on it, essentially, which is like insane. You go from plus 2 MP a tick to plus 4. I think, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. Per Ballad, it's plus 2 anyway. So it's even more, I think, actually. Yeah, because it's per Ballad. So you get an extra total of 4 MP a tick. But Annihilator's really good for its own reasons. And that is too strong. The Aftermath on it gives you Enmity minus, like a large chunk of it. Which Ranger's biggest fault is taking damage and dying. But not only that, the weapon skill Koronok gives very low enmity. It gives a static enmity value. So part of the issue within Era is the old hate rules apply. So it's something like the amount of damage you do is the amount of like CE and VE you produce. Something like that. I think one of them is actually lower than the other. I'd have to look at the formula again. It's been a while. So, you know, a Ranger doing like a 1500 Sidewinder or Slug Shot is generating almost as much hate as a Provoke with no Enmity plus gear or Enmity boosts of any kind. So you can see how, you know, Barrage JA generates hate, Sharp Shot JA generates hate, Barrage hit for, you know, 2k or whatever generates at that point more enmity than a Provoke. And then your weapon skill, whatever that number is, and all of a sudden you're at the top of the hate list. So, Koronok, the weapon skill, only produces a static value, at least in Era. I assume they copied that here on Horizon, of like 320 and like 120, something like that. The two enmity values. So anyway, all that to say, my assumption was they didn't change Annihilator or Gallarhorn because they're already good in Era, and they remain good for a long time. Honestly, even in current retail, you use Annihilator because of two reasons: the enmity minus and the Koronok's hate generation. It's just been like vertically boosted in order to compete with today's day and age, but it doesn't change the underlying fundamentals of it. So that was my assumption. Again, I didn't get a chance to check Shuyin yet, and I've assumed for a long time now that Kikoku would be changed because it was kind of underwhelming. It didn't really offer anything to playstyle on Ninja. It just was a better DD weapon, probably. I don't know when exactly that weapon got power crept first, but it didn't last that long, as far as I know. But nobody was reporting on it. Nobody was like, yeah, the Kikoku that Ninja got changed. So, basically the day later anyway, we got an announcement that there's going to be a live stream at 3 o'clock. So 20 minutes from now. Actually, is the server back up yet? And along with this update that just occurred, the relics are actually being Era Plussed. So, they may change all those weapons. We don't know. But yeah, that announcement is right here. There's a Relic showcase stream on Twitch. And I'm definitely going to tune in for that. We will be doing Dynamis at the time, so I'll probably just do like a small version of the live stream. So, and I'll turn off like the game sounds maybe, or I'll turn off like the game music, and we can just, watch and listen together, as well as fight Dynamis mobs, right? Now, so that's that at 3 o'clock. Okay, it doesn't say anything about the server being up. Okay, next, this one's nuts. Adjustments have been applied to the Waking the Beast BCNM. The difficulty of the fight has been increased. The drop rate of weapons has been increased, and the Yin Yang robe has been added as a possible drop. I was at Shikigami Weapon today. It is a madhouse. That NM spawns at exactly the 21-hour mark from previous kill. It has a chance to drop the Yin Yang robe. And we have not, I don't think we've gotten a single claim as a link shell. So this at least gives us a chance. I think you can only do this BCNM like once a week anyway. We've got a ton of summoners who all need the Yin Yang robe. So like, this is very welcome. This is not going to dramatically increase the amount on the server, but at least it'll feel like we have a chance if we can't get a single Shiki claim against the Horde. Big. I think some of the weapons are also interesting. So now at least they'll be worth like trying for. We could take a look at those, assuming we're still waiting for the stream/server. Moving on, this is also incredibly welcome. The Ground Kings have changed. Fafnir, Nidhogg, Aspie, Adamantoise. What's the other one? Behemoth King Behemoth. The Horizon 11 Adventuring Alliance has been able to somewhat quell the rampage of the 3 Ground Kings. These monsters will now only spawn in one small area in each of the relative zones that they spawn in. I know I have had multiple conversations about this. This is 100% the thing that I've talked about being the best compromise. I like the different zones aspect. I do not like the amount of link shell members you need in order to canvas the entire zone, all the zones. You're in? Oh. Server seems to be up. So to me, this is excellent. As somebody who does that content. What's up, Spectre? Do I bother to kill this? No, I gotta bounce. We gotta meet for Dyna. We're on a warp cudgel, and we'll head out. Okay. I got game sounds. All right, warping now. Okay. Amazing. So next up, the Alliance has also successfully pushed down all known behemoths out of Kufum Island to better protect the crystalline conduit in Delkfoot's Tower. This one is interesting. So I believe Behemoth was the only one with 4 zones, is what it was, right? Because you could be in Rolandberry, Saramog, Kufim, Behemoth's Dominion. Yeah. Fafnir could spawn in Dragon's Eyrie. No, Fafnir has 4 as well. Dragon's Eyrie, the Sanctuary of Zeta, the Boyata Tree, and Romave. So that's 4 as well. So I wonder why they took it out of Kufim. Oh, well, obviously to better protect the crystalline conduit in Delkfoot's Tower, of course. Anyway, fearful of the Adventuring Alliance's activities, the 3 Ground Kings now refuse to spawn in the same zone twice in a row. Now, this is also incredibly helpful. Hey there, Ricardo. Because level 20 is getting squashed. You're not wrong. I mean, this makes camping incredible. Incredible. We're going to go from having to be in 10 spots, or whatever the number is, in those 4 zones I just mentioned for, say, Fafnir, to 3 spots, period. You just eliminate the last zone it spawned in, and you camp in the other 3 zones. Big change to those of us who are doing camping Land Kings. And future Link Shells who have a desire to do so. Alright, I'm going to chill my Mog House for a minute here. Really good. This is just gonna help give you hope that you can take part in this content. Anyway, moving on. Combat. The magical portions of weapon skills will no longer miss and display the magical portions of weapon skills will no longer miss and display 0 damage. Magical portions of weapon skills. Are they referring to the magical portion of hybrid weapon skills? Or are they just referring to all magical weapon skills in general? No longer missing. I don't totally understand this patch note. Because if they're referring to just the magical portion of a hybrid weapon skill, well, the hybrid weapon skill's base damage is based on a physical component anyway. Items. Octave Club additional hits now hit properly. Now properly proc at all levels. So I actually read in the Discord a clarification on this. Basically, the Octave Club at certain levels was not functioning as a Kraken Club. The Octave Club here is just another word for the Kraken Club. It's just a rare EX. So I think something about, because the original Octave Club only worked if multiples of 8, if your main job was a level multiple of 8, and they changed that to be act as a cracking club. Something about that changeover must have affected the way the item was actually functioning, but now it should, from level 63 or whatever it is onward, should now act properly as a cracking club, is what this is. And also, apparently, there was accuracy +3 effect missing off the Chaos Soul Reds +1. Okay. Dark Knights Rejoice. Next up comes a fix to Waking the Beast, since they adjusted the fight, that when you killed a killing blow on multiple avatars at the same time, that it could crash it. So there are like, you fight like multiple carbuncles at the same time in this fight. Actually, I think you fight multiple of all the avatars. And as you try to like defeat the main carbuncle. So I guess if you killed like with an August spell, it would cause a crash. So that's been fixed, thankfully. Removal of mistakenly assigned drop list from Thunder Elementals in the Waking the Beast final battlefield. I didn't know there were Thunder Elementals in that. I actually have to do the fight. I've only heard about this fight secondhand. But apparently they have a drop table, which is weird because they're like a part of a BCNM fight. Couple more small notes here. And then we have the live stream going up soon, and I'm going to be gathering for Dynamis Valkurm. Fixed an issue where King Vinegaroon would spawn outside its weather and reset its cooldown. Interesting. Props to whoever managed to get extra KV spawns. Placeholder monsters for many NMs in the starter Beastman strongholds. Gideus, You Got Grotto, and Pauper Mines now have 8-minute respawn timers. That's awesome. So that's like people who are fighting or who are camping like O-coats and stuff. I forget which one. I think it's the Signa NM is on a 16-minute repop. The Signa NM placeholder. So I'm sure that one's been adjusted as well. Cal can get his monster Signa, yeah. Wish you luck on Dynabosidine. Good luck on Dynabosidine. I hope you get many drops. Aside from the Kings, my next favorite patch note is right here. Added treasure pool, party, and alliance safety checks, and fix a crash related to treasure pools. I don't know what treasure pool, party, alliance safety checks are, but that seems like it's going to help. Yeah, I'm in the game. I don't know what treasure pool, party, alliance safety checks are, but if they improve the ability for alliances to stick together and not glitch, yay. Yeah. Big thumbs up for me on this today's patch. And again, I am looking forward to the Twitch stream to see what the relics look like. So that's exciting. Let's gather up for Dynamis. They'll be doing the showcase live in game. We just got an announcement that says they're doing the Relic Showcase live in-game in Jugner. Right at our Dynamis time slot. Oh, por qué me? How do you target on keyboard? The best one that I use, Jake, Okay, so this game works on what's called tab targeting. Tab will target. I forget which direction tab targets in, but shift tab targets the other direction. Tab targeting is your main method. The other one that you really want to know is F8. F8 is target NPC. It targets the nearest NPC in front of you. Let's see. Tab goes in a circle from left to right. Shift tab goes from right to left. I really want to go to Jugner. We're just going to have to watch, chat. You know my controller ATM? I highly recommend it if you're even thinking about using one. I really like controllers in this game. Should I clear some of these Giesel greens out of my inventory? Nah, I'll be fine for Dynamis. 10 slots? That's plenty for Dyna. Zolkheim. Goblin boss, chat. It's the goblin boss. All right, I gotta go grab some water. Well, that's weird. Did y'all see that? The fire overrides nameplates visually. Spooky. All right, I'm here with the LS. I'm gonna go get some water, and I'll be right back. To target yourself? No clue, honestly. Thank you, Strife. So, what was I saying? Oh, let's get that Twitch stream up. Think we'll just do a Firefox capture. All right, almost got it, chat. 1 second. Trying to find a good spot on my screen for this. All right, that'll do. Oh. All right. Cool. And let me make sure my... Oh, why is League open? Get out of here before you ruin my RAM. Okay. That's all set. I want to make sure Link Shell chat can't be heard. And then I'll hop in there. Okay. Get cozy, everybody. We're about to see relics and stuff. Let's see. You haven't seen Nairu around? Are they still playing? Nairu had some real life things that kind of kept him from playing. I see him maybe once a week right now. We miss him, but you know, you do what you got to do. Ariston says, "Hello, this is my first time on stream. Nice to meet you." Well, hello, Ariston. Welcome to Final Fantasy. Do you know the game Final Fantasy XI? First of all, I should start with that. Oh boy, oh boy.
Alright, let me make sure my mic is unmuted here. We should be live if everybody can hear us.
I hope so. We've been sitting here for a while, so hope everybody can hear us.
Yeah, guys, give us a sound check. Make sure we're all good. Eric, say something.
Hello, check, check, check. 1, 2. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm quiet. Okay. Turn us up.
You only play WoW.
Okay. I think my wife got the couch for like $20 on offer
Alright.
or something. I don't really know.
Let's see.
Oh, the
Okay.
addition of the couch. Are they talking about the new Kipling couch?
Can you guys hear the
Yeah,
live stream?
The couch in the background. Okay, so seems like we're good. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. As you guys have seen the Discord, this is our Relic weapon showcase stream.
Chat.
So
Can you
we're
hear the
basically
stream
just
in
gonna
my
be
stream?
kinda showing off some of the stuff that we've been working on Relic wise. and let you guys know what's going on with it, because we know that relic weapons are a big like goal for a lot of players.
Thank you.
And Eric, do you want to talk about like kind of, you know, just the fact that we really wanted to like make every relic worth building and that sort of thing?
I mean, the big thing is, you know, we're talking about relics now, but we're also talking about Rimas with the Relic, Empyrean, Mythic, and then eventually Aeonics to where we get them. We want them to be worthwhile to building, because one of the biggest things that people had the problem with is there was like a good, 80% of these like huge, big, job-defining weapons that cost hundreds of millions of gil to build, and they are just doo-doo. Like they're meme sticks that legitimately don't do anything for the jobs that can equip them. So we wanted to,
it's very true,
to take those back to the workshop, you know, throw a hammer on them for a while, and kind of re-release them into a better version. So that's where we are now.
Okay. Before we go ahead and get started, we have a bunch of slides and some stuff we're going to be showing you, but we have some preliminary announcements. So first of all, thanks again, as always, to Space Roast for making his music available. That's the music we use in the background. So if you guys don't know Space Roast, please go ahead and subscribe to him on YouTube. He does a lot of fantastic video game remixes, especially a lot of Final Fantasy 11 stuff.
Yeah, we hit 3K, chat.
Is a longtime Final Fantasy 11 player, and that's one of the reasons that we love him. So the next thing that we're going to talk about here is please go ahead and review the announcements channel on our Discord. We've got a bunch of stuff up there, like we have GM recruitment in the EU and OC time zones. We have tester recruitment, and in the future, we're going to be doing a Discord reorganization, so please look forward to that. We'll have more details on that soon.
Yep, I should also announce as one of our main community announcements that our first client update will be live later this evening. I think Flam said he's going to be releasing it around 7 p.m. East, because that's when he will be available to sit down there and work through any sort of bugs, but we've had it internally testing for a while now, and kind of waiting on today, the Relics, to release the first client and DAT update, because we wanted to make sure that one, we weren't breaking clients by releasing updates, and two, that we could really push these out safely.
DAT update. So the Relics were never DAT mined with their new changes, because they weren't there.
The launcher update, it comes with updated Ashita, updated add-ons, more add-ons available like default in the launcher themselves, plus some cool new stuff for the launcher itself, so that its compatibilities, you know, easier to use for Windows and special resolutions, and then obviously the client update where you're going to get some Final Fantasy.
They certainly could take inspiration from the augments. I think the augments,
that include,
they didn't totally fix the meme.
It does include updated decks, yeah. So there's going to be a bunch of item changes coming, including the relics. So
okay.
The meme status of some of the weapons in retail.
Move over to our slides,
but
and we'll get
they definitely went in the right direction with the R15 augments.
Okay. So, the agenda for today's stream, as kind of alluded to earlier, we're basically going to go through the different relic weapons. Some relic weapons, as me and Eric have discussed in the Discord, some relic weapons received no changes because they were already very, very strong in era.
That was my assumption.
Some received minor changes,
for Gala,
and some received major changes.
Gallarhorn,
so we're also going to talk about our design philosophy,
and
then
Annihilator.
We're going to go more in depth on all the weapons. So this is kind of like a,
how you been, man?
Just a general overview of the things that have been changed on some of these relics. So some weapons got new stat modifiers.
I could have guessed all of this,
because traditionally the weapon modifier
stat mods, AM,
was not good.
New stats, new effects,
class.
Base damage changes,
So
weapon delay changes.
These
are the axes.
Aftermath effects updated.
These are the axes that you want to change these weapons on.
Class identity.
The only axes that matter.
Some weapons just had new stats added to them generally. Some received new additional effects. Some got increases in base damage, and some got increases in weapon delay to make them more usable for hit builds and other things like that. So,
and the hit builds was an issue as well.
And so this is our design philosophy. Eric, I don't know if you want to kind of jump into this one.
Sure. Like I stated earlier, we wanted to make all, at least in this showcase, all relic weapons worth building for their job. We're kind of aiming at fixing some pretty obvious and egregious errors present in a majority of the relics at the 75.
Just got your 12th job to 20? What a machine.
And make each weapon feel unique to that job and unique from other primos. Like, we wanted the relics and what they did individually to be different. So, we wanted Colostrum to feel differently than what, like, Mjolnir did. And we want Colostrum to feel different from what, Nirvana is going to do come Mythics. So, it's just one of those things where we are trying to really hone into what those jobs do. What these relics do for each jobs. Every one of these relic weapons should be powerful, especially due to the investment involved. And some, like we said before, some relics aren't going to be changed because they are already extremely strong. So,
okay. Gosh, I don't know what to do about the Eric audio thing. He's up.
Everybody.
At 2%,
So here's
guys.
the thing. I have my mic literally turned up to the max that I can. Literally turned up as much as I can.
Okay.
Let me here. Let me go. No, it's literally up as much as I can turn it to. So.
Okay, sorry. This is a tradition at this point, arguing about the mic volume.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
You going for Matt's cat?
This is
Yeah,
the
somebody
general
did get
slide
one.
To just kind of talk about, we have, at this point, as was pushed in the update patch notes today, all of the relic changes are now live on the server. But, keep in mind that we're going to keep looking at relics. If we need to make changes, maybe something's not as strong as we want it to be, we can buff it. If something's a little too crazy, maybe we'll tone it down a little bit. But the idea is never to nerf relics or anything like that. We just need to keep our eyes on things to make sure they're balanced. We think things are pretty good right now, but as you guys obtain these weapons and go play with them and we get to see data, it'll inform our stuff. And the other thing that's really important, I think, is you need to, as Eric and I were saying, like, we wanted these relic weapons to all be good. We wanted them all to be worth the journey. So if you really love a class or a job, or you've always been interested in a weapon, we think you should go for it because you'll be happy that you did. Okay, so now we're going to kind of go into our different categories of what weapons received no changes, minor changes, and major changes. So the ones that received no changes were Annihilator, Amano Murakumo, Jallarhorn, and Bravura. And Eric, I don't know if you want to talk about
No changes to Bravura,
but essentially it's just because they were already super strong.
Yeah, they're super good. There are all of these are like game changers for the jobs once they get them. Obviously,
I didn't think that one was that good. Was that good in Era?
One of the strongest melee DD relics in the game. Same with Amano and what it can do for 5 to 4 hit Sam. Jallarhorn is just, I don't know where to go there. It does new March caps, ballad bonuses. There's tons of things.
Is it too low, chat?
And then Annihilator.
How's this volume?
Play Ranger, like in a basic facet. So,
other than the fact that
yeah,
Eric's kind of
we
low.
already have an Annihilator Ranger on the server, and he seems to be destroying stuff. So, okay. So the next set here is what we've classified as relic weapons that received minor changes. So this includes Apocalypse, Excalibur, Mandau, Sfarai, and Aegis. So these weapons all did receive a buff, some a little bit more than others, but they're still not what we would consider in the category of like a major overhaul, but they did receive something cool and buffs in.
Is it still low? This is the highest I can go without changing other settings.
And then finally, we have what we kind of consider our major changes.
Oh, interesting.
Our major reworks. So, Ragnarok,
Mandau's minor?
Butler,
Dang it.
Gungnir, Kikoku, Colostrum, Yoichi no Yumi, and Mjolnir. So these were the ones that were, their weapon skills most of the time were reworked. The aftermaths were reworked. Base stats were changed. We'll go into all of this, but we think that these were the ones that needed the most help, so they got the most help.
Thank you, everybody.
I think we're ready to get started on the first one. Let's see here.
I think the next slide is what is the new stuff that we're introducing to Horizon in this.
It's gonna hit one of the weapon slides, and we can talk about that, and then it'll go
Okay.
into the
cool.
You'll see shouts in cities, Jake. That's just normal.
Okay, so
you can filter
the first
that stuff.
one that we've got here is Mandau.
Ooh.
So Mandau we're kind of using to display something that we're going to be doing in the future on Horizon, which is we're going to be using adaptive effects. So essentially, as you can see on the slide, adaptive essentially means when you equip that weapon or item on a specific job, it has different effects depending on what job is currently equipping it. So for Thief, we kind of just gave it a raw damage buff because it's very strong for Thief, but we felt like it needed a little push to be a little bit stronger.
Heck yeah.
Make it more of
that
a
4 base damage is nuts.
Competitive
I believe
DD weapon. For Red Mage, we leaned into
I believe
Enspell damage
X's knife had more
that
base
stat's
damage.
kind of rare. You can't really get it in a lot of places. And for Bard, we
that
put
Enspell damage is going to be bonkers.
So
that's so high.
We wanted to make it where if you obtained one of these relics that has multiple jobs on it,
Checking the
you get
wiki.
something a little bit cool and unique for every job that you potentially have leveled that could wear it. And this has kind of been a meme in the Discord, but like we took the poison effect off.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we took the poison effect off, so now it applies gravity, so it'll weight the target, so you're not going to wake sleeping mobs anymore.
It's minus 10 evasion with gravity on.
Okay, so let's go to the next slide, and then we can move to your stuff, Eric.
So then, I guess I'll talk about this. So, we've been kind of having this in our back pocket for a while now, and I talked about this when I went on a podcast recently on something that I've been wanting to introduce.
It's called level sync, Eric.
Something I'm calling equipment traits. So we're introducing the very first one on this.
Oh no, Mandau's higher than X's knife.
Adaptive. Adaptive effects on our relic weapons are the very first one that we're introducing to you guys that you'll see on Horizon XI. This adaptive effect is an equipment trait that gives unique stats for any piece of equipment that has adaptive based off of the player's main job at the time of them equipping it. This is, like I said, is going to be the very first introduction of something we're calling equipment traits, but you're going to see them more frequently as we push on during Horizon XI's life cycle, so patch 1.2, 1.3, TOAU, etc. In the future, you guys will have to discover what these equipment traits do for themselves, so be sure to explore and ask what other adventurers when you see them, but for now, we are introducing them to you via adaptive and telling you exactly what adaptive is.
Yeah. So make sure when new items with this stuff come out, if we don't spell that out, make sure you guys update that wiki.
At the time of equipping,
move over to some...
It just means when it's not equipped, it doesn't have any effects. But there wouldn't be any reason to have effects.
Okay, so we should be on the Discord live stream.
So I'm showing you guys in game. Like I said, later today there's going to be
if you switch jobs,
and you're going to get all the new fancy.
It's just a weird way of saying whatever main job you're on. I mean,
you see here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you Mandau and how adaptive will show up. So none of our Horizon equipment traits are going to be invisible. As you see here on Mandau, it says that it is quote-unquote adaptive.
Wait, base damage 39.
One, we don't want equipment
That's
really
normal.
looking like they do on current day retail where there's like 2 to 3 pages of stats. We want to be able to do multiple things under the course of like a single name. So bam, here we go, equipment traits, adaptive. So as we showed in that slide, you don't see the fact that you're getting damage +4. You don't see the fact that you're getting Enspell +10. You don't see the fact that you're getting
that's normal base damage.
song casting time -2%.
Oh, he just said
you
it.
See the fact that this weapon is adaptive.
It's adaptive. So on Thief, it gets
so,
4 more base damage.
We don't really have anything special to show off with Mandau when it comes to its weapon skill. I believe we didn't change anything about the aftermath. So we can go back to the slides on this one, I think.
Just trying to find a good spot for it. We could do that. It's fine.
Okay, one sec.
Kipling, I'm going to ask you, what's our order again?
Oh, it's in the agenda.
Let me go to it. When we get to, I'm going to highlight one really quickly. The last one, don't show the slide. We're going to tease some stuff in game on it because I think it's the coolest one.
Okay.
We'll do the slide after I tease it in game. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
And this one we probably don't really need to show off in game
No,
either, just
I don't
because.
think so.
But yeah, this was more like a it didn't make sense kind of change, because previously, this is for Apocalypse the Scythe. Previously the modifiers were agi int, which like int makes sense because a lot of Dark Knight weapon skills have an int modifier on them, and you know they use int for their dark magic and everything like that. But why agility? We didn't really understand that. It didn't really lean into what we thought was appropriate. So here we just changed the modifier from agility int to strength int. It's a small buff. It is noticeable, but this was a very, very powerful weapon and always has been. So we didn't really want to add too much to it.
Can we actually show this one in game? Because I'm going to show what we are going to be slowly working on in DATS via Apocalypse really quickly. So
yeah,
let's actually switch for like 30 seconds. Oh crap. Change job, dark 75. There we go. Okay. So we do have Apocalypse here. Everybody can see it, right? So I have Apocalypse equipped. It shows the same. So we're changing some things about weapon skill DATs. So as you see here on the top of my screen, I hope you guys can see my mouse cursor. If not, just look at the top where it says abilities and it describes the weapon skill. So this is something I'm going to be working on slowly over time, so I can't promise giant dumps of these coming at once. But certain Era Plus changes that we've done to weapon skills, and that what we're going to do in the future is we're going to be more descriptive with them in game. So
good.
I've started doing things like showing weapon skill modifiers.
Yeah.
Over here via the actual in-game DATs themselves. So that's just one thing I want to show off here.
This is more interesting anyway.
You can go back to the slides.
Okay. One sec, y'all. Okay, so as stated, we did not make a change to Bravura because it's very strong. It has very high base damage.
Hey there, Nevi.
The additional effect is amazing. It's a fantastic group weapon. The aftermath is also amazing because it's damage taken. So it's just a very strong weapon overall. It has a lot of damage potential and a ton of utility. So we did not really change this one. And then we'll move to the next one. Okay, so this is a big one. So this is Colostrum.
It is 15%.
So we added a bunch of stuff to Colostrum because essentially our idea was we wanted to make
it is
the
plus
ultimate
3 rather
mage and summoner staff, while still keeping things like Leviathan and Nirvana in the future relevant.
Is so good.
So Eric, if you want to talk about the prismatic effect.
Sure. So prismatic. So for the longest time, I got yelled at by staff for this one. So for the longest time, I wanted to call this prismatic effect Shining Fantasia. And that was just a nod at one of our developers who really, really made like one of our dreams for Horizon Exile possible. Her name was Velen, who pretty much wrote all of the DAT modding tools that we currently have and use to do things like item edits and ability edits. So just note this prismatic is kind of a nod to Velen's work that she did while writing the tool that she literally named Shining Fantasia that allowed us to edit these DATs. So this was a big nod towards her. So prismatic is essentially just
Build
one of the
Rukia
combined
Colostrum.
synergy staves, which my brain is farting right now. Chatoyant staff, let's just call it that. Chatoyant staff mixed in with a bunch of extra bonus stats to really make it a standout weapon.
It's insane.
For Black Mage.
This looks like a Rima. You know what I mean, chat?
I see somebody in the chat saying you should have given it -3 perp. You do get -3 perp because
All right, thanks, Dave.
you get magic affinity on this, which includes perpetuation.
Yeah, no.
So
This
perpetuation's
weapon,
on this.
The only thing that this weapon doesn't do that potentially a stave does for you is HMP. So there's no HMP, so you technically still need a dark staff.
Yeah,
but this is legitimately a combination staff of everything else. So.
Yeah, so the way to look at this is it's basically
no cure potency, thanks. Yeah.
the way to look at this is it's basically an HQ staff and then some. So you get all of the HQ staff effects, then you get magic attack bonus plus 20. For summoners, you get pet attack plus 25. You get blood cast recast time 2 minus 5, which, you know, for anybody who's unaware, your blood pack timer in
BP2
using blood pack 1 will cap at a certain
I believe we also forgot to mention here that Gate of Tartarus was made into a magical weapon skill. So one of the big annoyances of Gate of Tartarus is that it was a physical weapon skill, so it could miss. And getting an actual DD set on like mages is complete like jam.
Oh, they made it a magic weapon skill.
75 cap arrow. So what we did is we made it magic so that you can, you know, if you want to keep an Icarus wing on you and use it to like just throw up your aftermath, it actually would be pretty decent. So the damage isn't that great, but the fact that you get 8 a tick refresh is pretty good, and it stacks with like normal refreshes, so like using your aftermath doesn't like override any other refresh effects you have on you. So
yeah. And let's see.
It's a powerful weapon, which is what it should be.
so.
Yeah, so as already discussed, we didn't change Amano Murakumo because the weapon is very strong. It has a very strong aftermath. Chitin itself is very good. Chitin itself has a strength weapon skill modifier, so it just kind of has a lot of things in its favor already. Okay, so this is the big one, or one of the big ones, Kikoku.
Oh boy!
So
yep.
it
exists. The funny thing is, it exists on the server right now.
Dave.
Yeah, there is a Kikoku.
And he was really mad at me because I would literally not tell him a single thing about this weapon. He hated me, and he's one of my best.
That's so funny. Eric,
yeah, we
Eric didn't tell Ninja what's on it. I believe him.
So one of the things that was kind of weird.
That's how friends do.
Friends skills is some of them have multi-hit animations, but they are all like single-hit weapon skills, which is part of the reason some of them were weaker, because they were just the single hits and the jobs like Ninja. Like Ninja has Blade Jin, which can crit and has multiple hits. So we kind of juiced up Metsu here by making it 4 hits. It's still reasonable. There's still probably going to be times where Blade Jin will provide a higher ceiling for you if it crits, if you get all of those lucky dice rolls. But Metsu should be very strong, very consistent, and of course, as you can see, the aftermath is Dakin. So I don't know if we want to switch over and look at this one.
Yeah, we can definitely switch over and look at this one. Let me get some... what is it, Fuma Shuriken? Well, let's just get some Fuma Shuriken really quickly. And then let's just spawn a mob really quickly. And I gotta get me a mob here.
Dude, I'm sure. Like, they're 2 small changes.
Do we want to talk about what the...
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and talk while I set this up.
Yeah,
that's not good, guys. Okay, that's fine. I spawned like 100 of them.
My TP!
But yeah, it is Dakin. Dakin is something that was added into the game much later than 75 cap era, so it will, when that sort of stuff comes out.
No, they're very good. Like, that's the thing, is like, if you don't really know, like if a person doesn't really know what's going on there,
essentially adds 20% Dakin effect. So any of these effects any of these relics that
it would just be at first glance, it's like, okay, but no, that turns it into a true DPS weapon.
So spawn dynamic mob. I was supposed to do 1-3-3-1, and this should do one of them, right? Yes. Okay. So now I can. Let me get Kikoku on. Oh, I'm a black mage again.
Is that a test dummy? Oh no, it was just taking no damage.
So TP, I should be able to.
The laptop fell through. Sorry to hear that. You'll get to play at some point.
Now we sit here and we throw. As you see, I am throwing every once in a while. And you see here that in these new weapon skills as well, we have added the correct description of them. So I hope
check that
everybody
shuriken.
enjoys. Look at that shuriken right there.
Aftermaths were made longer in some cases. Yeah.
Yep. They are case by case on the duration of the aftermath.
He has God mode on, so every hit is critting. That's
Yeah.
not actually.
Yeah. I have Eric break server mode on.
But yeah, you can clearly see him throwing katana, or excuse me, throwing shurikens every once in a while there. Okay, I'm gonna switch back over.
What's next? Let me see here. Oh, two more until my favorite one. Well, one of my favorites. I think the last one's my absolute favorite because it was, you know.
They sold you on
Yeah.
Horizon, eh? It's
So
definitely a good place
the
to
next
start.
one that received no changes was Annihilator. The reason this didn't receive any changes
And I
is
like it a
because
lot.
this weapon is very strong. The gun has an extremely high base damage. Bullets are high base damage.
That's a good
For
point,
anybody who's
actually.
unaware
You're
of
looking
how
forward to
Annihilator
future
works,
expansion packs.
the weapon skill Koronok has a set enmity value on it, which is extremely low. And then the Aftermath
I was
is
saying that, chat.
enmity reduction. So you can basically have sub-job freedom and just spam on a monster because you're not going to pull hate. And it just turns Ranger into this constant DPS machine where they potentially would have to stop or pull off before. And yeah, the Dakin effect is 20%. Alright, let's pull it to the
Well,
next
so
one.
this isn't Dakin 1. This is like granting a specialized extra effect of Dakin. So it's not like adding the trait to them. It's kind of a special case. But if and when I should say this, the trait is like released normally for ninjas, the Aftermath will add bonus percentile to Dakin. It's already been tested. So
Alright, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is another major change relic.
Major change. Here we go.
here it is.
Oh, here we go.
So
Beastmaster.
Gutler. So Gutler, the Beast Axe, as previously stated, one of the weird things about Gutler's weapon skill Onslaught is that it very clearly has a 5-hit animation, but it is a single-hit weapon skill. Onslaught was a very strong weapon skill in the fact that the Aftermath, attack plus 10%, is very good, especially because Beastmaster is somewhat of an attack-starved class, but we made it so that Onslaught is a 5-hit weapon skill now. We changed the modifier from Dex to Strength to kind of help with that
Makes
attack
sense.
problem. It has been tuned to be reasonable based on what we've been seeing in our testing. It's the kind of thing where we think it's going to create an interesting gameplay loop where you try to use Onslaught to get your attack buff, and then you potentially want to go for those really big rampages because rampage can still crit, but this can't. And then we put a new additional effect on it. This is an effect that exists in retail, and we thought it was very appropriate to bring here, called Tandem Strike. So Tandem Strike is essentially if the Beastmaster and the pet are engaged on the same target, you're both going to get a bonus to accuracy and magic accuracy, which helps with
I gotta relog, chat. Fix my
skills.
sub job. That's pretty cool.
And
Tandem Strike. I like that.
Just to be clear, Tandem Strike is replacing the additional effect choke. So one of the things that we did do was we took off all of the dot-based additional effects because we didn't think that they were very good for the most part, and oftentimes were a hindrance.
Each ultimate weapon line, Nevi, basically should add a play style to your job.
On to the next one.
And this is the first line. So these should always be competitive. That's why they're so expensive to make. Whoops.
I gotta get out carrot broth so I can just get a.
The goal of Horizon is to have the relics be a good investment all the way through the server's life. And if that takes future tweaks at some point, they might do that, but they want to balance around these being the sort of baseline, I believe.
Really thick boy because I'm 3k TP with God mode, but But it's a 5-hit, and I am naked, so. Oh yeah, and it can do darkness, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And now we do have Aftermath Tandem Strike, so.
Oh. Whose battle music is that?
I
It's
do
Eric's.
believe it is 20 accuracy and 20 magic accuracy for both you and your pet while you're attacking the same target.
Yeah, you might want to switch to FPS too. I think you're lagging out a little bit because of the people there.
Oh, because of the people there?
Yeah.
I mean, I could turn on tune.
Yeah,
and just make it
11's
be worse.
horizontal progression is what makes it an
Okay,
excellent game.
Next, let's go on.
Alright.
You can build towards different builds. There are different builds that exist,
Oh, people also don't notice.
depending
If
upon
you're watching
the
stream or
context.
watching when it's on my audio. As you see, we're in Jugner Forest, and there's music playing in Jugner Forest now.
I didn't see that weapon
client update
skill.
that's coming out later today is adding, I think, 12 new Horizon XI specific music tracks.
12 new music tracks.
So look forward to it.
Our music team is nuts. So I'm super excited for that.
Aegis.
So the next one that we have up here on screen is Aegis. So Aegis is an interesting weapon because it was something that Square changed later on in retail. We didn't adopt some of the more later retail revisions, but we did kind of keep it at its 75 era stats, but added a bunch of cool new stuff to it. So one thing that we wanted to do was, this is like the big shield. It's the big gold shield. So we revised Augment Shield Bash to basically make it do plus 500 damage all the time. So when you slap a mob with Shield Bash, it's gonna, actually just fucking slap. And then you're gonna get 1,000 TP on use as well. So it's kind of like a small DPS boost in addition to the utility. But the other thing that we think people will be most excited for is we added an occasionally converts magic damage taken into MP effect. So, Paladin uses their MP pool to heal other people, to hold hate.
I'm in Dynamis
for utility.
Valkurm,
So
Justin.
this is kind of going to function almost like a mini ethereal earring in a way. So
I'm in like an
you'll
instanced
absorb
version of the
10
dunes.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the big thing we wanted to dig into towards Aegis is the fact that it is the magic shield. Later on down the road, there's a couple of other shields that come that do different things, such as our big physical.
You have
shield
to
that
be
comes
you have to
later
progress
on
through the game
this
to a
year.
certain
So it's one
point.
of those things where we really
COP
wanted
missions
dig
in
into
order to
Aegis
access
being
the zone.
The
Yeah.
magic damage taken one.
And just to respond to some comments in chat, Aegis on Horizon does not have MDT2. That's kind of what I was referring
it's very
to.
meh. So base Aegis is meh, and the reason why for that is the magic damage taken was MDT1 and not MDT2. If it's MDT2, that's absurdly broken, but the Horizon XI1 isn't, because MDT2 in 75 cap is absurdly broken. So this is one of those shields that will augment what you do as a paladin. So
Yeah, it really leans into the eating magic damage motif. So the next one that we have is G-Horn. So this was kind of already discussed in the Discord. This was actually like the first relic that was completed on the server, and I'm pretty sure another one's about to be completed from what I've heard.
Gallarhorn, no
But
changes, of course.
we didn't make any changes to G-Horn because G-Horn is crazy. It lets you do things that no other instrument or ability for Bard lets you do in the game with Ballad enhancement. So we just didn't really think this weapon needed anything because it's already an insanely strong support relic. Okay. Nope. And so the next one that we have is another big change.
Gungnir? Ragnarok.
Okay, so this is probably my favorite one personally. So Ragnarok. So Ragnarok, the Great Sword, it's an interesting weapon because 3 different jobs can use it, but it was always kind of underwhelming because for Dark Knight you have APOC, for Warrior you have Bravura, and for Paladin you have Excal. So it's like, the question was always kind of like, why would you build a Rag? So we thought about it, and some of the stuff that we discussed making it really good you know, we're changing the modifiers because previously it had charisma modifiers. Really weird.
Yeah, that is super weird.
Probably the biggest change is that Scourge can now crit. So it has a pretty high chance to crit depending on your TP level. When you're 3000 TP, like in a Zerg situation or something like that, it's almost basically guaranteed to crit. And we changed the Aftermath as well. The Aftermath is critical hit damage plus 10%. So it's going to kind of create this loop where you start using Scourge, you get the Aftermath up, you get TP, you land like a fat Scourge crit, you know, that Aftermath is just going to give you an additional 10% damage on those crits. And then the base damage has been increased to 93, I believe, from 86, and then the delay has been increased.
I'd
a
have to
little bit
compare
too,
this to the in-era
builds.
stats.
Yep.
It's obviously better.
We did a lot of damage testing on this one. It's really fun and really good. Like really fun.
But I don't.
The weapon itself still has critical hit rate.
I don't remember all the
on
stats of
weapon
the
itself.
OG
That was unchanged.
Ragnarok.
It's just the Aftermath was changed. Do we want to show this one off?
Yeah, we could show this one off. Sorry, people in game asked me to shield bash something, so I did for them really quick as well.
Oh, he's showing shield bash, friends. Scourge and crit rate, was that it? And they changed it to crit damage.
Oh, okay. Who's getting
Can you look at the item tooltip in game?
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Here's there you go.
Oh, it's got a base crit rate. That's super strong
Yeah,
now.
so one of the things like you can see on this stat is sometimes the relic weapons had like very vague descriptions. Like I believe the original Ragnarok one just said enhances critical hit rate, which is like, yeah, you can go look it up on Wiki, but we just decided to make it say plus 5% because that's what it is and that's what it does.
Which I think it is a 1% buff, because I think it's 4% naturally.
Yes.
86 damage, 431 delay. Yeah, I remember. I think that weapon had... The OG Ragnarok had an issue because you could only get a 6
it's
hit with it.
pretty fun.
Something like that.
No, there are currently not any adaptive changes for this weapon. But yeah, it's a we've been playing around with this
Wait,
one a lot.
Scourge
You
into
can get
Scourge
some
did self-light.
very gross
Bruh.
scourges going on. So I
Bruh.
think people will actually have a reason to make this weapon now, whereas there wasn't a ton of reason before. This weapon is kind of more focusing on damage, and it's basically the crit stick.
All relics did
Okay.
self-light?
All right, I'm gonna move to the next one.
Oh, it did? Dang, I didn't know that. The only relic I've really used for melee purposes
Okay, so Excalibur.
in retail...
So this
None.
is the next weapon that
I own
has
a Mandau,
adaptive
but I don't think I've
effects. So
even
Excal was
fought
always
anything
a
with it.
very good weapon in era, but it was kind of weird because it was more like it leaned more into paladin job stats because the additional effect, for anyone who's unaware, the way Excal works is it has an additional effect, it procs at a 10% rate, and it does 25% of your HP as additional effect damage. So if you have something like
look
a
at
Gulp
this.
Paladin, so that's stacking HP and haste
Red
gear,
Mage
they
is
can
based
basically
on your
just keep swinging and
MP?
get like 400 damage plus additional effects. So we changed this for Red Mage to make it a little bit more usable for them. So for Red Mage, the damage is now scaled based on your current MP. So the it's kind of interesting because the Gulka Paladin is traditionally like the BIS Excal, but now for Red Mage it's going to be the Tara Red Mage. So that was kind of just a
35%
usability change
though?
and using the adaptive effects to get something different based on the class.
Taru Red Mage melee.
Okay, so this is another big one, Gungnir.
Oh, Begbie down,
So
Begbie
this
down,
was a weapon
Begbie
that
down.
we felt needed
Guys,
a lot of help.
why are you fighting so
Um,
far out?
The weapon itself wasn't terrible, but the additional effects and the weapon skill were not great. So that's kind of what we leaned into to try to fix.
Oh, Gearskogul.
So
Strength plus
as
dex.
seen with other weapons, you know, we revised Gearskogul. For some reason, Gearskogul had an agility modifier. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but that's what it was. We changed it to strength plus dexterity now.
2-hit mirrored
so it leans into a lot of
FTP?
other normal dragon
Holy
skill modifiers.
crap.
We also made it, because it's a 2-hit animation, we made it a 2-hit, but the hits have
2-hit mirrored FTP
meaning,
is bonkers
you know,
good.
if you hit a 2-hit weapon skill, normally the way it works in Era is you get the FTP on the first hit, but you don't
With
really get
any
the same
multi-attack
benefit on the second
gear.
hit. So we changed it.
Or
This
any
is kind
multi-attack
of
at
like a later
all.
retail thing that Square did. So we wanted to go along with that to boost the power of the weapon skill. And then, of course, the shock spikes aftermath were always kind of a meme, so we kind of leaned more
Dude,
into like
best shock spikes in the game. What are you talking about? Highest proc chance in the game. What are you talking
Aftermath heals your wyvern.
TP is
Interesting.
basically like so like when you have strength as like a weapon skill modifier, FTP is like it's basically like the multiplier. Like how much giving you a specific stat increases that. All of
The end
relic weapon
result
skills
damage.
generally have a very high
That's not how I would have
FTP.
described it, but
But so yeah, then the
It is a
additional
multiplier,
effect,
though.
The aftermath is 5% of damage dealt heals the wyvern. So if you're soloing, this is going to be a fantastic weapon. If you're doing endgame content where maybe steady wing is down or your wyvern's getting beat up a little bit, this should help you. And then of course we revised the additional effects. Gungnir always had a very good additional effect of weakens defense, but one of the kind of Gungnir memes in Era was that you would get additional effect weakens defense from Gungnir, and then Angon comes out in 2AU when that does come out, and Angon basically
that's
overwrites it
good.
because the effect is stronger. So we essentially made them the same. And finally, when you're wearing the weapon, offensive wyvern breath deal.
that means you won't
unexpected
feel like
damage. I don't know if you wanna talk
Angon
about
is
that one a little bit, or-
Yeah,
a
I
must-have
think
if you
is
have
like-
this.
It's a whack one, so it goes from dealing elemental damage to think of it as like what something would do dealing breath damage, like spirits within and stuff like that. So they can all still magic burst, but the mob's elemental resistance will no longer have a factor into like whether your breath will do damage or not. So it's pretty much
Buffett's
saying,
look.
hey, your elemental, like your dragoon's elemental breaths ignore mob elemental resistance pretty much here.
Oh, the aftermath you said, Dave. The aftermath is
Do
interesting.
we want to show this one?
I'm gonna have to
off at all?
process
I mean,
that
we can
one.
show it off.
But the additional effect,
It's a fun
same as
little one.
Angon, is top
I
tier.
guarantee that my wyvern is called Wyvern because I changed jobs and I still have my pet. Oh, that's not good. What do I do here? Just go away. Go away, Hair Familiar. Don't ask me how that happened. Oh, it's Spike. Okay, so I have Spike. That's fun. Okay, so let's put Spike at like some random HP amount so that you guys can see me healing him when I have my aftermath up. So pretty much jumps. Let's do a couple of jumps now.
I don't know what the mob
Shoot,
health
let's
is,
do some
or whether the
jumps.
wyvern
This thing's gonna die,
health is.
and then
I
another
can't
gear
speak.
Skogul. And you'll see that Spike's HP has indeed gone up. So Spike's HP went up by quite a bit from
and
the 50% I said on that.
one thing that
I don't know where
we
mob.
probably
I don't know where
should
pet health
specify
is.
as well.
Oh,
is,
there, he's targeting him.
I'm gonna go back to the slides real quick. So take Gungnir for example, right? And the aftermath now being 5% of damage dealt healing the wyvern.
Strength
So
plus dex is
when we were
insane,
designing, we
chat.
talked about this a little bit in the Discord.
Because
but
of
when we were designing what we wanted to do with the relic weapons,
Neptunal gear.
we are not doing this in a vacuum. We need to look at the mythic weapons as well and the other Rima weapons and how those are going to look like in the future. So some of these weapons kind of have like more of a theme. Like Gungnir is going to be very good DPS, but it kind of leans a little bit more into the utility aspect.
Yeah, it's a very
of
utility-based
Dragoon.
weapon.
Whereas,
Yes,
you know,
very
something
cool.
in the future, like a Rio no Hige, will probably focus more on like the DPS side of things. So
It's such
you know,
an
just keep
interesting
in mind
utility
that we
weapon. I
have considered
love
all
the
of
changes that
stuff,
they've done
and
to
we're trying to
Gungnir.
make it so that every weapon is unique, but also still relevant. Okay, so let's see what our next one is.
Oh, this is a fun one. This is the one that I this is one of the 2 ones that I really shoved my butt off to.
Mandow,
get
thanks
at.
for the buffs. I appreciate
Yeah,
not having
so
poison on my weapon.
I put Yoichi in the preview image because Namas Arrow is like one of like the coolest looking relic weapon skills with the bullseye.
Oh my
so,
gosh, look at what they did.
Essentially, what we
Look
did
at the sweet
here
spot on
was
Sam.
we kind of leaned into the fact that Yoichi no Yumi is, you know, a dual relic. It has this really cool like Sam Yoichi playstyle, and then, you know, the ranger can use it as well. So we did a couple things.
You don't
here.
have to move out of range for the sweet
We
spot.
added this new effect called Master Archer. For anybody who's unaware,
You can just shoot at
Horizon
0
currently uses the
or
distance
whatever.
correction for ranged attacks that was implemented in retail in late 2005. So depending on where you stand, your ranged attack and accuracy will vary and become stronger. So if you stand within what they call the sweet spot for that particular weapon type, you'll do more. So for bows,
That's so
the
fun,
range
dude.
is a little bit longer. You kind of have to stand further away. So to keep Soboro, Yoichi, Sam, and that sort of play style a thing,
Yep.
we made it so that the sweet spot when you're using this as a samurai is very up close to the mob. So you can still do that. When you're a ranger, we kind of made it so it has a little bit more utility in terms of your distance. So you can have a much more expanded sweet spot for ranger when you're using the bow. So our thought for this was kind of like, we wanted you to be able to move around and, you know, maybe stay out of range of TP moves if that's what you felt, or, you know, just kind of have a little bit more freedom of movement. Additionally, we added an enhances barrage effect. This basically works the same way as the Ranger AF+1 gloves. It adds an additional hit to barrage.
Oh, on
And then
Ranger.
finally,
Well,
you know, something
the-
that
Ranger
is
This is one that I thought
does not
would be
have the
really,
close
really
sweet
cool 'cause it
spot.
really
This
opens up a lot
this
of
would
fun
not
with,
be. It would be fine on Ranger,
the
but you'd still have to
exclusive
move out of
ammunition that you
range.
get from things such as Conquest and stuff like that. So, like we
If
said,
you're gonna do that, you're
this
probably
only
better
is
off
up when you have Aftermath. So this is like
with,
one of
like,
those things
Annihilator.
where you really got to spam Namas Arrow to keep this
Maybe.
up. And it could be worth it to do so over doing things like, you know, Namas Arrow, Barrage into like a Sidewinder for like a free big boy ammo cost. But yeah. Oh yeah, this stacks the Barrage stack. It does stack the gloves, yeah.
Yeah, it stacks with the gloves. So if you're on Ranger and you have both, and you'd get like the crazy relic crit, you're probably gonna pull hate. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
like
yeah. So the big thing here for Yoichi is we wanted it to be the big boy, thick DPS, while allowing for Annihilator to really be that safe DPS option for Ranger. So if you want to be able to just sit there and shoot all day without a care in the world, Annihilator's for you. But Yoichi is for you wanting to die a lot. Like,
Yeah,
really die a lot.
we did put the
we-
enmity -10 on there to kind of
To
Not-
hopefully give it doesn't really do much, but it's there.
Namas already
yeah.
does have a lower level of hate generated by the weapon skill. It is not as low as Koronok,
yeah.
but it is definitely lower than something like Sidewinder. Okay. Do we want to show this one off, or do we want to move to the next
Wait,
one?
oh, okay. I gotta give it a second. Oh yeah, this one's fine. Safari is fine. The very last one. If the next one is Safari, it's fine. The very last
Yeah, it
one
is.
the one that we wanted to. Okay. Yeah, Safari is fine. And please note, that, like we said at the beginning of the stream, is we are still, over the course of time, going to be playtesting and deving these even further. These are
Dude, are you kidding?
a
Annihilators.
month and a half to 2 months of like
Annihilators
between the team
still
and testing and
like
coding,
Yoichi is cool,
etc. So.
but you
And yes, too legit to quit.
You're
you can
still gonna
stand
rip
at
hate.
The mob with
Annihilator's
Sam
still
and
got that
just
static
blast it.
enmity on Koronok.
then
So
Annihilator
Yeah,
is the
then
big
puts
D
Saigon in third eye
DPS
up.
for Ranger for sure.
So the next one that we have on our our minor changes list was Final Heavens, or excuse me, Sfarai. So Monk is really, really strong on Horizon, and the weapon itself was also good, but it definitely did need some tweaks.
Ooh.
It was just some things that we felt could be improved, some things that didn't make sense. So Final Heaven, we revised the weapon skill modifiers. It used to be Vit. It's now a combination of Strength and Vit. The Aftermath was previously Subtle Blow. It is now Kick Attacks plus 10. So that is essentially equivalent to Kick Attacks plus 10%. So,
which is insane.
Every time I've played with this on the test server, I just find myself kicking the mob repeatedly.
It's basically
very fun. It's very cool.
A better
Kick attacks
version of
can also
10%
prop up
double
things like
attack.
weapon skills for anybody that's unaware to get extra damage. So that's a nice little boost there.
We should also note that, at least live currently, we might have to make an edit to it, and I want to make sure that we get this as quickly as possible. I do believe we made.
Well, there's
Final
no
Heaven
reason to make them the non-offensive
two-hit
stat.
instead of single hit as well.
SC didn't do this past
Or at least
relics.
on this slide.
Yoichi
And
Aftermath
the
is
last
insane with
thing
new
is we
ammo.
increased the base damage by 1, so it got a nice little base damage boost.
I'll show the Yoichi Sam at the end as well.
Okay.
We can go through and play as well.
I mean, you could outparse until you
Let's,
die.
You want
Okay.
to switch to in game and you can show off the last one?
Yes, end game. So everybody probably
And
has a guess at
Annie's
what the last
anniversary strength is you can go
one.
ballistic and never take hate.
So we're gonna do this like slowly, a little bit at a time.
You're right, it's higher damage on the Yoichi
Whipping.
overall, I'd guess. But, that's like never
Okay.
been Ranger's
I'm not
problem.
gonna show this off. So this is probably my favorite one so far, and I grin thinking about it because we really wanted to dig into the fact that White Mage is a support job, but Mjolnir is really this something that's trying to augment White Mage into like a physical DD White Mage like thing. So we wanted to dig into both at once, at one time. So we're going to talk about some things that Mjolnir does, and then we're going to get into, so I'm going to show off the DAT, and then we're going to get off into the app. We wanted to dig into that battle mage for White Mage. Is make sure that when you are meleeing as a White Mage, you really don't have to, unless you're completely out of mana, you don't have to unequip your weapon so that you can keep your TP. So what we're doing here is we're adding your cure potency to Mjolnir, and we're adding a refresh
Oh.
effect so that you can keep meleeing.
I see, so you
Longer?
don't have to swap weapons.
And we've changed attack to accuracy. One of the big things is making sure that White Mage can get enough of their build to be able to hit the mobs
Attack
for
on
really
Mjolnir was
TP.
so dumb.
And so that's that. This is like a big thing. And so now I'm gonna tease the aftermath because we're introducing something that kind of comes later in the life of Final Fantasy XI.
I just think it's
but we
contradictory,
really wanted-
Riposte.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
I
We
get
really wanted
conceptually,
to bring it in because for White Mage,
it
this
creates
could
more gear
potentially
choices,
change
but
how
the
you
the
play
gear does
around your
not
White Mage, especially when they have Mjolnir.
the gear does
So
not actually
let's just
bear
spawn
out
our,
that
spawn
way.
our mob back in. Even though there's
And none of the
no
again, none of the
skeleton
future
thing,
weapon
so-
skills do that. At best, secondary mods,
And then we're gonna have people guess.
but not even then. I don't
guess about what this does.
think.
So-
mind. There's some mind on like
So here we go. I'm fighting this with critical. Let me make this mob immortal so that I can whap on it as much as I want. So we're gonna weapon skill ran. Oh frick! How do I spell this one? This is a fun one.
It's a Rand Grith.
That's right. Weapon skill Rand Grith T. So we're gonna let everybody freak out about what we think this thing does. So.
oh, that's right.
So.
I'm not getting a
White
single
Mage,
hit
it's
in.
doing something. It's doing something.
Oh,
And I'm wondering if people can figure out what the heck it's doing. So we've brought in something that comes later into the game called aura effects. So what we're doing is I wanted to visualize it so it looks like a geo bubble, but in reality this is just an aura effect that we gave an AoE like effect sort of like bubble to.
we're so dead.
And so
chat.
we wanted to make sure that you like did that, like if your white mage is going to be DDing, you
We're
want
fighting
them
the
to, like,
boss.
your big boy DD party. So this is AoE effect haste, but it's a very specific type of haste.
JA haste?
So obviously, to those people who are experienced in Final Fantasy 11, know that there are multiple types of haste in game.
Is it JA haste?
And we decided we wanted to do one that's like a little bit kind of spicy. And
It's
so
JA haste.
the AoE aftermath effect of Mjolnir is indeed gear haste.
Oh, gear haste.
And so you will
That is
be able
spicy.
to, you know, depending on your setup, have some really funky, fun gear setups with the rest of your party with this haste. It's currently set at 5% gear haste, and are considering doing some other amounts, but for now it's set at 5%. But that's quite a bit for enough for your DDs and people in your party to
Yeah,
really swap
JA haste would've been
around gear
busted.
sets to do some
White
some
mage would have
fun,
felt
crazy
compelled
things
to like
we were
have to have
doing.
it, I think,
um,
or pressured by an LS possibly.
like we were doing on the test servers.
Gear haste is like the better your LS gets, the less it's useful, but it's still useful. You
So
know,
there's that.
All right,
And I believe that was the last one, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and flip to the slides because there's one other thing we
Sure,
need to
sure,
discuss.
sure, sure. It only affects party members, and it does stack with the APOC aftermath. Correct. Yep. All of.
So Eric kind of hit on everything, but one thing that we did also do is we buffed the weapon skill a little bit, so we kind of gave it the same treatment that we gave Gungnir. So Rangrith
I didn't
has
have
always
weapon skill
been
anyway.
a 2-hit animation, but a 1-hit weapon skill. So it's now a 2-hit weapon skill with mirrored FTP. So you should notice a pretty big spike or increase in the damage.
2-hit with
rather.
mirrored FTP. Yep, that's the stuff,
Yeah,
man.
like Eric said, we kind of wanted to lean into the fact that this is a melee-based relic, but White Mage is a backline class, so it provides backline stats as well as melee boosts
Some
and
cool
utility.
new melee boosts, yep, and utility, yep. The Mjolnir aura is you. You are the just like a indie bubble for Geo. For those of us who played retail, the aura is centered around the white mage. It is not like static in the world. It's centered around you. Yeah.
All right, well that's all of our weapons. Now, you know, as people have said in the chat, we're gonna highlight this. We'll post the VOD, but we did also prepare a trailer that kind of summarizes everything that we showed and is just kind of like a little hype trailer for the relic weapons that will go up on our YouTube, so that we can easily link to that sort of stuff. And yeah, the refresh stacks. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer now, so give me a sec.
Playing and finding out. Some relic weapons on Horizon XI have been adjusted in the following ways. New weapon skill stat modifiers. Something else. Design philosophy. Make all relic weapons worth building. Fix obvious errors and omissions present in original... It cut me off. That's loud as balls. Loud. Get your editor in here. I need the need to just show them how to adjust audio. Sheep song. I need it. I don't like the dual audio there. I see what they were going for, but it doesn't. It's just kind of offensive. Oops. Ah, Kornok is so sweet, dude. Go Gutler! Attaboy! Shield bash. Or is this Knights of the Round? Aegis. The mixing is all off, man. I mean, props to whoever made this. Like, it's you know, it's a volunteer thing. It's just like, as an audio guy, like, you know, some stuff I just have a preference for. Excalibur on Fafnir. How iconic. Mjolnir actually looks sweet. Or not Mjolnir, Randgrith. Rock on, dudes. Ozzy did a bunch of the music. Wait, what did they do? They did other music as well.
Hey, Mike.
Sheesh.
So that trailer will be up on our.
I think it's
YouTube
most of the
in just a
in-game
second,
tracks.
probably unlisted. So if you guys want to go through the stream and listen to all of our discussions and kind of more in-depth stuff, that'll be available for you. If you just want to kind of link the YouTube video to somebody or watch it yourself. You know what? Hold on, let me get the link for you. Was there anything else you wanted to show off, Eric? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Anything
I
else, Eric?
I guess we can share
Assassin's
share my
Cape.
game one more time, right? Maybe?
I want to see new things, Eric.
Oh, my, you know, there goes my.
What? Wait, where'd the stream go?
Okay, I have to turn up the music.
Oh.
Everybody can I want everybody in chat to tell me if can everybody in chat hear the music. Is the music good?
Yes, I hear the music.
For Jugnor, are we loving the new music that you guys get later today? It's good, good. 10 out of 10. It's showing a black screen for me. You guys can't. Can you see the game? Kip, you need to focus on my window, bud. It's showing like a grayed out black screen. There it is. Okay, we see it. Everybody sees it. Cool. I guess one last teaser thing for me, huh? One last teaser thing for me. Okay, well, I guess here we go. Here you guys go.
Oh yeah.
I guess the official announcement is that the team is pretty much full steam ahead on Treasures of Adargon, including, as you can already see, fully developed music for actually a couple of the zones already. So just wanted to give you guys a quick little teaser update on the fact that you know, we're doing our best to get you guys this amazing extension pack. So
The new track has the same soul, man.
that's all I had. You can just sit here for a bit. I'll be right back, you know. AFK. AFK to the fucking brand new Adargon music.
Oh, stream over. The stream has ended. Cricket noises. Oops. All right. Is the stream just restarting now? It says live.
No, I just switched off when your stream ended suddenly. Okay.
Oh. That was weird.
I guess we'll go ahead and go to our end stream. But yeah, that was our Relic showcase. Like I said, I'll list the video up on YouTube, so if you're subscribed, you should get a notification. We'll post the video in the Discord slowly or shortly, and the VOD itself will be highlighted, and we'll post that as well. So give us a couple minutes and that'll go up. No, I don't think they can hear you because your webcam's off. Turn your webcam.
That was a crappy.
No, still can't hear me now. Is it coming? It's delayed a lot.
They should be able to hear you now.
Shark bite.
Okay. No, it's just one of those things. I wanted to remind people that the client update is coming later on this evening. I think in about 3 to 4 hours from what Flam said. So
Awesome.
just make sure that you guys get into that. Some cool stuff coming. So.
And in addition to Relics, we had a lot of cool stuff get added to the game today. So please go look at the patch notes and look at that, especially if you're an H&M enjoyer. Please go look at those patch notes. If you're a Yin Yang robe enthusiast, go look at those patch notes. Yeah, so we'll post stuff soon. Like Eric said, client update later today. We'll let everybody know. And I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
I think this is the right one. I did an assist, but I'm not sure it took. Yeah, okay. Did I win that cape? Did it drop yet? I don't have any. Oh, I must have lost. Okay, that's fine. There'll be more capes. All right. So that was a little hectic, chat. I mean, trying to like do Dynamis and listen to all that. I'm surprised I didn't die on the boss. Trying to also like do the killing thing that I'm supposed to be doing and the THing thing I'm supposed to be doing. But lots of interesting information there. Holy cow. On top of an excellent update, patch note wise. I mean, that's the thing that affects more people, right? H&M changes, potential back-end changes. Shikigami, like, or Yin Yang robe, a new source of Yin Yang robes. Yeah, we got to see a little bit of treasures. Now, they said they're working on it. So, you know, we got time, but at least we got to preview some music. That that treasures preview, you know what it reminded me of a little bit? It reminded me of when you know how like Bethesda will announce a new game and you'll get one of those teaser trailers, but you know the game's like 4 years out. And like you basically saw like a pre-rendered thing. What'd you miss? So it's not Shiki. It's not Shiki that changed. It's they added Yin Yang robe to the drop pool of Waking the Beast, the carbuncle fight. Dragoon is going to be wild. So that weapon, as they mentioned in the chat, it's really a utility weapon. But, like, it basically turns Dragoon into a support DD. Which is fascinating to me. You know, like a dancer. Which is super cool. Now, Mandao, I mean, I guess you can't help, like, you can't discount the fact that it's adaptive, right? So the thing about Mandao is it is on 3 jobs. You know, so that adaptive concept is probably the best thing you could have done with it. And I'm sure it still is Thief's. I mean, it's far and beyond its Thief's best DPS weapon. So I guess part of me was just hoping for something a little bit more creative for Thief, but beefy base damage and taking off the end poison is like huge. Yeah, that end spell damage is going to be a lot of damage for sure. Guaranteed. Plus, you know, just in general, the triple damage procs, just adding to your total DPS as a red mage. Now, my assumption is that same end spell damage trait only works on the hand that has the Mandao in it. But if they extend that damage to the offhand, like a different augment style, then Mandao / KC on red mage should do a whole lot of damage. What's up, Toby Moss? We just finished watching the Horizon live stream of the Relic weapons, and we're talking about the new patch notes for this week. Excellent patch notes. This is what a group of people without poison potions looks like. When does hardcore mode come out? Hardcore mode's been out since day 1. Or not day 1. Was it day 1? It's been out since very early. Yeah, there's somebody on the server with 5 hardcore 75 jobs already, if that tells you anything. Yeah, Merlot. Yeah, I know they died. Alright, well, I don't have an assist target. Or whose main assist is it? Begbie? Begbie. Dude, hardcore black mage. I don't think there's a hardcore black mage on the server yet. 75. I can't imagine. Dying on black mage is like part of the job. I lost my trick attack weapon skill to a moving manticore. Is Dyna only 18 people on Horizon? No. The only Dynamis that's 18 people is Dynamis Tavnasia, but that was that way in Era as well. It's Era accurate Dynamis limit. I don't like... Normally we split up our groups in Dreamlands. But we're not doing that today, and it just sucks. Because the dream mobs die too fast. So, like... It's just kind of derpy. I guess we didn't have a lot of people today, so we couldn't do 2 groups, but... It just doesn't... Red Mage Hat -1. Woo, buddy. See, look. The mob's half dead. I hit my sneak attack macro. And the mob is dead before my JA even finishes. One hourglass, 64 people. You only ever need 1 glass. You might be reading a modern, like a retail FF11 guide. Dreamlands is 36. Except Tavnasia, which is 18. Oh, sneak attack was down. Yeah, it's honestly, we've had better runs. I think we're a little light on people, so like I said, we can't split up. But normally there's more loot than this too, actually. I don't know, it's kind of lots of loot. But yeah, I you know, enjoy it. Enjoy Dynamis whenever you can get in. I think it's a really, I like Dynamis personally. It rains loot. You know, everybody has a chance at something. There's lots of mobs to fight. I just wish it weren't so long. But I find it to be fun content. Yeah, dude, it's much better than WoW. I would definitely suggest you give this game a try. Yeah, I mean, start now. You know, maybe save up a little bit of gil here and there. You want to get yourself probably like a starting fisherman set. Eventually, you'll maybe have about 5 or 10K. You can get some, you know, starter gear that way. Gil is really hard to come by early on. Oh, right, Thiefscape. 194. Let's go. I'm just gonna fight it. I'm not asleep because I have poison pots. I'm not scared. A little bit of context here, chat. Aery's been in my like high-end endgame static and retail for a couple years now. Yeah, well, no, it wouldn't make there'd be no transferring of gil between retail and Horizon. It's just the numbers are too different. I didn't have a poison pot up. I hate sheets. Shouldn't have stolen so late. There's no way this sheep wasn't stolen from already. Yeah, right. Yeah, something will come up, Ari. I've only got like 90 mil to my name on retail. I'm not making any more Rima. Man, how do we still not have enough thief capes? Adventures to finish? You mean Rurod? Rurod's long gone, dude. I mean, I had fun that little bit of time we did it, but nah, I won't be coming back to Rurod. He went out for milk and he never came home. Frick this dead before I can weapon skill crap. We need to split up. Man. What's that sheep doing? What the sheep doing? Yay, Assassin's Cape. Do I win one finally? I rolled a 9. I think this one's... Oh, no, freaking poison pot. No, poison pot. I think this cape's mine. I think it's just me and one other thief. But Clint said he'd wait. No! Ah, I was using my potion! Ah! I'm awake. Do I have inventory space? I'm being loud, Jet. I just remembered there's like other people that I live with. Like, oh. Hey. Guess who's awake? Guess who's awake? this guy. Did I just crack that Seda on the Tenkin? How did that timing work out? Yeah. Thank goodness for poison pots. Can't believe I rolled a 9. More sheep. Oh lordy, coming. They coming. Did I just miss DD buffs? Oh no, I got him. Alright, let's crack a trick attack onto somebody. I'm really excited for the H&M changes, chat. It's just been really toxic trying to get the LS to want to camp the Kings. Like, I think the overall claim rate will be about the same, but it'll just be less abrasive on our times and schedules and lives. Like, Horizon already did a good thing by changing the spawn windows to 21 to 22 hours instead of the original 21 to 24. They just needed to go that extra mile and not have so many spawn locations. What's the new change? So they made it so each H&M can only spawn in one spot. It's in 4 different zones, but it's only in one spot in those zones. As it is right now, there's like 8 locations. In each zone. So like 36 total locations like Fafnir might spawn in. You know? So so having a link shell big enough to cover all those locations. Yeah, and also it doesn't spawn in the same zone twice in a row. So like it basically cuts it down from like 36 locations to 3 a day. Meaning you'll need, you know, 3 holding parties tops. You know, if you have more, you'll be safer while people gather. I'm gonna stay back for a moment. All right, fresh poison pot going up. And like it was just really taxing on the LS to be like, so say we go to Dragon's Airy and, you know, say we put like 6 people in DA, and then we've got another 12 Link Shell members who are on and willing to come to camp. You put those other 12 in like some of the spots in Sanctuary of Zeta. Maybe you throw one person in Roma Eve, just in case. Am I R0ing? Oh, it's day change. Just in case it spawns there and you want to know. And then like it spawns in like Boyata Tree. And like all your effort, it's not even like you didn't have, it's not even like you had a chance and you lost the chance to claim. It was like you literally had no chance based on no information. Like, I like what the system was attempting. If there were 2 zones with like 5+ spawn points in each, I think I would have been happier with it. But the new change definitely, I think it's going to reinvigorate the LS to try camping like kings again, personally. Because at least we'll see the mob and we'll know we had a chance to claim. At least we'll see that. Lose the claim, okay, RNG, right? It happens. Oh wait, I did get the cape. Sweet. Now we just need one more for Clint, and then we're done with thief capes. Black mage at -1 hat. Oh, chat, by the way, if you didn't see it on the last stream, 2 things. If you didn't see it on the last stream, I fixed the dupe issue with stream avatars. So now if you open a loot box, this is obviously for my channel members that have avatars on the screen. If you open a loot box and you get a dupe of an item you already have, you'll get a partial refund. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have added TTS along with my super chats. So you may have noticed I have a PS5 goal. I honestly, if we reach it, that'd be awesome. But I'm just, if people want to contribute towards a PS5, and I'll be streaming FF16 here on this channel when that releases. All super chats that take place on live streams will go towards a PS5 between now and the end of June. June 20th, I think I set my goal for. But also, any super chats you send will be read by a robot. I think her name was like Cindy or something. There is an AI text-to-speech thing. Any and all super chats. By this bot called Quetch. Heck yeah, light skill chain. Let's go. True. I mean, look, if somebody super chats and they say read this in the voice of, I will try my best to read your message. You could pick a character. I don't really do celebrities well, but like any character from like COP story, maybe, I don't know. But otherwise, Robot Lady will read your super chats. And you'd be helping support me get my first current gen PlayStation since PS2. I have not owned a 3 or a 4 in any of their makes or models. Blasphemy. So I was a huge PS1 and PS2 gamer, Chris. But also I've always been a Nintendo gamer. So I've owned all the current gen Nintendo systems. PS2 is still the only console you own? Damn. How? I mean, clearly I use my PC for a lot of gaming, but like, how did you just... you don't have a Switch? Who doesn't have a Switch? You don't have a Game Boy? No Game Boy of any kind. Oh, wait. You sold your GBC? I hope you got a good price. Alright, I'm gonna just follow somebody. When in doubt, follow the paladins. They seem to know where they're going. Come on, Hingle, McCringleberry. I bet you're critical of other people's usernames. Yeah, there's a couple of things I should have sold during that boom, Bread Boy. Although a lot of my stuff is still like a lot of the stuff that I had that, you know, would have been worth money then is still worth money now. I have a couple of the like rarer Legend of Zelda games. I considered it though. I very strongly considered it. All right, what are we fighting? Dude, I've had what, one successful steal this whole run? Bonkers. Oh, interesting. FanFest rings. Damn. What year was that? Or was it like any of the FanFests? My food, where's my food? I thought I had food on. But yeah, all right. Anyway, my most recent console is the Nintendo Switch that I bought in 2017. Like, clearly, I too am content playing Final Fantasy XI. But so far, I've missed FF7 Remake. And I wanted to get it on PC, but they took too long to release it. And now I'm just like, I guess I'll get to it when it's on sale. Like the whole hype behind it just kind of died for me because it took so long to come out on PC. And I just feel like PS5's in a good spot right now where they're not making like a PS6 anytime soon. So, you know, I'm gonna put a little bit of my own money and any support I get from y'all. My first true next-gen system. We're at $10 so far. Heck yeah. Let's go. Do I not have? Okay. No trick attack. Oh, podcast. New podcast will be up tomorrow. Okay, this thing's gonna turn the moment I go to hit it. There we go. We have a very special guest that I think will, you know, be an interesting listen for anybody with any interest in Final Fantasy XI. That's Level Sync podcast here on YouTube. trying to see if I can lot this hat. I don't actually have the NQ. Super chat, Hannah. It's the YouTube well, no, channel members is if you want to have like an avatar and stuff. But the goal on the bottom of the screen is super chat. So that's like, you know, have my message read on stream kind of thing. So, sorry, I was working out something in chat. Those lines are called target lines. It gives you, obviously, it gives you FF12 style lines. That show you when a spell is coming at you, when somebody's targeting a mob, when a mob is targeting someone else. What's interesting about it is I don't always use the information it provides, like who's targeting what, but like there are times where that extra bit of information is game changing. So I'll tell you the 2 times it's important, chat, if you've been paying attention to the lines on screen at all. By the way, you can find this add-on. I have it linked in my Discord. I need to put it in the actual... Need a GitHub with my settings. So I do everything I use, Breadboy. I do post in the Discord. Again, I want to put this one in the add-on section. I don't think I have yet. Let me check. No, I'll put it in. I'll actually do it nowish. But what was I saying? So there's 2 bits of information that I find incredibly helpful. Number 1 is here in Dynamis. So you can see when the main tank is targeting a mob. And then you can see who's engaging the proper mob. So, like, you can kind of be like, I saw you targeting the other thing. But even for your personal use, so you're like, okay, I can see which one the tank is targeting. You know, if they, Oh, hey, Christian!
Good luck with the PS5 purchase. Thanks for the stream, smiley face.
TTS works! Yay! Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. I set up the TTS yesterday, and you know, things don't always work. So yeah, for your own purposes, you can see, because remember, when a tank engages, that is when you can assist the tank. But if they open with flash, you can't slash assist yet. So the idea is, I think they have to engage, right? That's true, right? I haven't been a main, main engage. Correct me on that if that's wrong. But it just lets you know early what's happening. But the other thing that's incredibly important is if somebody's casting a heal on you, a blue line shoots, see that blue line right there? A blue line shoots towards you. I have had a number of times where a cure was being cast on me and I did not outrange the cure because I saw the line coming my way. Huge. I think my steel set is borked. Is it locked on? It might be locked on or engaged, but I don't think a generic cast will do the trick. I don't think so. In other words, that is a situation where... Dude, are they dispelling my food? You... Griffins! Oh, that was a slidey boy. Oh, come on, I wasn't engaged. No, go, 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 go. But yeah, when you have, like I said, it doesn't help all the time having all this extra info, but there are times when it just does, and those small times are worth the extra, like, screen clutter? It's not even that cluttery, like, honestly. Yeah, I agree. Like, the target lines, I was honestly impressed. Like, they so just slide in. And I mean, if anybody's played 12, you know. It's called target lines. John, are you in my Discord? Because I will post it. I will put it in the add-ons channel right now. There. I have like a favorite add-ons channel. So, okay. Let me rephrase this. In the Discord, there is a channel that has my favorite add-ons that are not available in the launcher. Okay? Add-ons and otherwise. Like, for example, hunting maps is linked in there as well. Hunting maps is why I can see like all these time extensions and stuff. Not like it makes much sense for OG Dynamis, but yeah. So I definitely recommend, if you have an interest in some of the stuff you see me using, that channel is an excellent spot in the Discord where I keep that kind of thing. One day I'll do a video guide, but I think I'm just shy of the amount of... Chat, I gotta take a quick second. I'm gonna use the restroom and grab a snack. All right, be right back. You can watch them fight.
Enjoy your new non-PS2. Nerd face.
Hey! Hannah with the super chat. Thank you so much. I'll do I can do a character from COP if you remember any of that. If you want me to read your super chat as anybody. What relic am I gonna make? I think I'm gonna make Mandao. Yeah, I was waiting for the changes. I'm plenty happy with the 4 base damage, I think, and the change to the change from poison. Although the poison was pretty strong, if I hit a mob and it gets poisoned and we can't sleep it, that sucks. You know? I've been saving my Dynamis currencies for months now. I've got almost enough for the first stage. Which is like a long ways off. But right now I'm saving up for Strider boots. And then bruh.
Go big or go home. Cool money mouth face.
Bro. Thank you. You guys are too generous today, man. Thank you, Keith / Queen Nova. That's a good chunk of my gold. Thank you so much. Yeah, I sold one of my W legs, so I'm at 1.7 mil right now. Strider boots are going for like, I don't know, like 6-7 mil, something like that. Rock on, thank you all. It should, yeah, the goal's updated, sweet. All right, what are we at? Like 15%, 20%? Heck yeah. My TH on? It is, okay. Cool money mouth. All right, who's that Galka from COP? We'll do him. Enjoy your new PS2. Enjoy your new non-PS2. Geeky face. Oi, bruv. Go big or go home. What am I doing? Where's my... Oh, my friggin... I wasn't in focus. Currency conversion rate because of euros? It's hard to say. Like, I would have had to have looked at the percentage. Excuse me. If you can read, tell you what. If you can read the dollar amount, you can scrub the video back to before your donation, look at the dollar amount, and then after your donation, and look at the dollar amount, and that should be accurate in US dollars. Because that when it comes to my end, it comes in USD, but it still announces it in euro. So I mean, when it comes to my goal adjusts in USD. Is what I'm saying. Oh, thanks, Keith. I just saw your message. $10.7 USD. There you go. All right. Steel ready? Steel is ready. Let's go. I just G'd myself. Chat, real question. All right. This is the Rice Krispie treat I just ate one. I have another. What is the proper amount of these for an adult to eat as a snack? See, that's my thought. Like 3 if I really want them, but like 2 seems about right. Like 1 is just not enough. I'm glad you're in a spot to even be able to donate like that. Yeah, I mean... the implication there is, you know, in the past you haven't been, so... You know, I'm glad things are going well. Man, my sneak attacks have been awful today. I gotta figure out where the text to speech is coming from, like what audio channel? Cause like she's a little loud, you know what I mean? She's a little loud. Well, how many currencies do we have today, chat? I'm currently at a cool 8, 9, 10, 11 currencies. What is it, 6? Wait. Was it 16,000 to make a relic? Whoops, I'm just staying here. All right, run's about over here, friends. We got like 5 minutes left in the zone. It didn't exactly rain gear like it has the past few times, but honestly, I'm gonna chalk that up to the fact that we killed a lot less mobs than normal since attendance was so light. And then I've got a little bit more time to play before I've got to bring my brother somewhere for work for him. But yeah, like I said, new podcast episode releasing tomorrow morning. We've got an excellent guest this week. How close am I to the PlayStation? The goal is right at the bottom of the screen, or in the bottom left corner, next to the K. Yes, more guests. Oh, we've got all sorts of people that we want to bring on over time. But I think y'all will enjoy this one. Very knowledgeable person in the community. I can't read my my goal from here, but I think it's at like 20%. Maybe less. No, it should be about 20% actually. $18.18. Too small to read for you, ATM. Are you on mobile right now? CeeLo got you. $18.8. All right, last mob, and then I think I can bop out and do a little bit of chocobo digging before I have to go. How many currencies is it for a Mandel? Relic weapons. Let's see. 400 binds, 1400 bronze, 6100 shells. Jeez. 10,000 binds. So, including the refund, that would be 7, 13.1, 14.5, 14.9. So it's 17.9, and then you get the 3K back. So you know, like 14.9, I guess. I currently have about let's see. Oh, it's unsorted. Ugh. Oh, I can't look at this now. I'll get back to my Mog house eventually. I'll get back home and sort my inventory. I'll figure it out. $4 to $5K. Yeah, I mean, somebody rich is gonna be buying them out to try to make a relic that they saw that they liked today. So I'd say probably 7K. All right, zone's got nothing left, but it's almost about to tick over. I've got a little less than 30 minutes before I have to go. So we'll just wait out the next Vanna day here. In the meantime, let's take a look at the cost. Let's see, small screen. Yeah, so we're looking at. I almost have enough for this stage, which is kind of cool. I can make my own Cantarella. It's kind of cool. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the website and take a look for horizonxi.com, is it? Tools. Oh no. Me, Quetch. Inventory. Bine. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's all the binds I have? Okay, I've got 73 binds. $97 bronze. So what's that? 73 plus 97. $170 plus shell. $132, $137. I have 307 currencies. Now, I get it. It's a drop in the bucket. But this is a long-term goal. If I were to trade in currencies for bind bills, I'm 93 away from this stage, which makes the Malefic Dagger. All right. In Dynamis, it's got damage. How about the Dynamis Dagger? Is this actually strong? In Dynam... No. Alright, Keith. Take care, man. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day. The Batardo. How good is that? Okay, see, that would be worth using in Dynamis. Jeez. But that would require 7,900 total currencies. How many did we make today in Dyna? I made 12. All right. 7,900 divided by 12. Okay, chat. In only 658.3 more Dynamises, I'll have stolen from mobs enough currency / gotten random drops. Enough currency. 658.3 runs to have a weapon that is usable in Dynamis. Start sponsoring Dynas, yeah. Well, RLS doesn't offer that. I'm not exactly in the realm of wanting to, like, do side runs, because we run twice a week. So we don't split Locomoco. What we do is we free drop all the singles. And then the 100 pieces go to the Link Shell Bank. We got another announcement? Okay, the showcase trailer, gotcha. Do I pay in to go to the run? No. Right. They front the money. So that's where the 100 pieces go. The 100 pieces go to pay for well, I'm looking for gear, but we also the singles drop to us. So it's a nice little trickle income, and it's the chance at the gear. You get around 30 to 50 per Dyna run, but you pay 50K, right? Or how much gil do you pay, Locomoco? Yeah. So you're paying, let's just say you pay 50K, and currencies at their current prices are 10. So on a good run, 12 is a low run for me. I've gotten like 16, 18. Let's say I get 18 and factor in the 10 that I'm not paying, the 50K, 28. If you're getting 30 to 50, I mean, that's definitely... So you're probably doing city zones as well, right? Because you're not gonna... I don't imagine you get even a 30 split from a Dreamland zone. The shorter ones give less, right? And like we've been on Dreamlands for 3 or 4 weeks now, so I think we'll see more overall. And plus attendance has been lighter, so that means more free drops. Like it's a weird, like I don't know, the math is weird no matter what way you cut it. Like I'm not here to say I'm about to like laser focus a relic, because that's not what's gonna happen. You know, I'm just starting to think ahead to what is feasible for me and my, you know, my goals. That's how you got to play this game, man. You got to figure out the goals that you can set and meet. Yeah, exactly. Like I could farm Spinny Speespy for 16 hours a day, you know? Like there's like you got to like think of the range of like what is worth your time, and like what is an effective way to kind of like spend that time. So all that said, I've got a couple of hit list items left on Thief, and then I want to put some gil into Summoner to make it at least basic. I'm really not worried about having a great Summoner. It's just there for job variety, but I'm still like low level anyway, so I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. Obviously, once I hit level 50, you know, there's austere or whatever, penance, whatever the name of the base set is. And then staves at 51. And then, yeah, I can get to work one step at a time. Cool. All right, we're almost ready to do digs for the day. I did half of them. Not even half of them. I did like a third of my digs earlier. Let's see. And good news is I'm almost level 60 chocobo digging. So if, you know, if RNG is kind to me, I'll be able to get some ores while they're still like really valuable. And that would be putting a dent in this, in a relic. That's what that would be doing. After that short hit list of items. Don't get me wrong, like Mandau is the stronger option, but like I also kind of like the Gungnir. I love that playstyle of support DD. That's why I play Dancer so well, and Rune Fencer kind of. Even though Rune Fencer's a tank, you know, it just kind of has that, like, it's a fighting support job. And I just really love that playstyle. A skill up! Freaking let's go! I think that's my third one today. Why am I digging in this desert? I want gold ore from the other desert. Oh, too late. You're almost 25 away. Nice. I am 42 skill ups away from ores. So 20 more days from now without like a good run up. I really need like a good run up. Like I need like a 0.8 day to cut off some of this time to 60. I haven't had one since like 47 or so. I had early in the 40s and late in the 40s. I had like days that were like 0.6 in a row. My best day in the 50s was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday with a 0.4. It was my only 0.4 in the 50s, period. I've had a few 0.3s. And then like an even split of 0s, 0.1s, and 0.2s. But I think that's 0.3 for today total. I think I got 2 earlier today. So today's a good day so far. Chad, I'll have to let you know how those H&M changes go with my LS. So, like, y'all might not know. I'm not sure exactly how much I talk about it, but we're kind of like a scrappy LS. We're definitely smaller than the other link shells. Most of the other link shells that are camping H&Ms, we're definitely smaller, but we've gotten our fair share of claims. So it's still going to be a numbers game, right? Because the number of people in the lottery that are in your LS increases your chance of obtaining the claim. But like, at least we'll be in the pool with on the days where we don't have enough people to spread out over every single zone and every single spawn location. So it'll be a fun perspective to like just be that scrappy group who shows up and can handle themselves and, you know, has a chance to fight the bigger stuff. Oh, the other desert's empty, so they all came here. I don't care. I got enough skill ups today. I'm happy with whatever I get. Another Philosopher's Stone would be pretty nutty. More skill ups would be nutty. But today's been a good day so far. For both Gil items. Is demo like the rest, recruiting mostly Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, Bard? We're not really recruiting Summoners at the moment because we don't camp the Great Worms. Right now we're looking for like Bard, White Mage. Less so Bard. I think we're looking for more like White Mage and maybe some Black Mages. That I know for a fact. Is we're looking for White Mage. We need you, Pope. You're already in a endgame LS, aren't you? What is the max digs you can do in a day? Excellent question. So, chocobo digging has ranks just like any other craft. You know, journeyman, recruit, journeyman, you know, adept, veteran, those. And they're every 10 levels, just like they are in other crafts. Now, the way chocobo digging works is when you rank up, you get some things. Zone dead. At rank 10, you go from 16 seconds between each dig to 11 seconds. At rank 1, rank 1, level 10. At level 20, rank 2, you go down to 6 seconds in between digs. At rank 3, level 30, you go down to no delay between digs. It's whatever your animation delay is. That's the amount of time between your digs. That's what I have. But the other thing you get every rank up is you get 10 additional items a day to your fatigue. So you start with 100 digs in a day. At level 0, you can dig 100 items and then you're done. Every rank up adds 10 to that number. So I'm rank 5, meaning I can dig up 150 items a day. So yeah, I think chocobo digging is incredibly balanced and useful in Horizon. I think they did an excellent job. It's not a money printer, you know? You make some gil. Like, look, I used 1/3 of my total digs for the day. And I got a little lucky because I got a Philosopher's Stone. 1/3 of my digs. Almost 40k. I mean, I'm level 50, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 55 or 56 or whatever. So, you know, early on, that 37k, that's half of your gil. So you could make me, you know, if you get lucky, you know, you're looking at like 80k. That's like a lucky day at like the earlier levels. But it takes you, you know, an hour and whatever to do that. As you get higher up, you know, you can get your digs done sooner, etc. And you get more digs, and, you know, your lucky days look a little bit better. But, like, you have to stop. Like, you can't just keep doing it. And then you got to buy your greens. Don't forget, that 94 attempted digs I have on H-Gather, that's 94 Giesel greens, which are like 68 gil each, I think. So, also, that's a factor. So that's 7k right there, off the top. So that 37k is really 30k. You know, in my case, Altep rings, Dem rings, like, there are expenses to it too. So it's modest income, but it is daily. And you get to work towards elemental ores eventually, which are a big hit. But like the progression of the leveling up, the addition of extra fatigue, the items that are currently in the pool being useful to like all crafts at varying stages. It's just really solid all around. And that's what I mean by balanced, well balanced. It's balanced, it's got a nice balance economically, you know, difficulty, skill up wise, but also investment. I just like it a lot. And I could talk about it all day if you don't stop me, chat. I'll keep talking about chocobo digging. Don't you tempt me. I didn't even look to see how many item slots I had in my inventory. I lost a coral fragment today because I was 60 out of 60. Gosh darn it. It looks like I've got the dunes to myself, which means I'll finish my digs here with any luck. Yes. Which is important, right? So look at the other statistic I have on my screen. It's dig accuracy. That number is a variable based on the moon phase. But it is pretty easy to determine. Like when I go out for the day to do my digs, I'll do /clock on. It's waning crescent. That's usually about 300 or so greens. And I can do 150 digs at a 50% dig accuracy, 300 greens on the dot, assuming slight variance, right? So I'll know to just buy like 320. You've been doing Adamant Zone, stop doing Altep. I need the wyvern scales, so that's why I'm sticking to it. But I hope you're having luck out there with the adamant stuff. Chaotic. So the moon phase is directly translates to your dig rate, your dig accuracy. So 50% moon is the worst. I've had like 17-18% accuracy on those days, which means on those days you spend like 500 Giesel greens in order to cap at my level. You know, which is 30k worth of greens for one day to dig. Another skill up, another 0.4 day. Let's go. I'm so close. New moon and full moon are the best days to dig, and I'll get about a 60% dig accuracy. So, you know, like 280 greens or so will get me capped. So you spend a little less gil, but here's the other thing, and this is the thing that I would like to be I would like to see disproven at some point in the future on Horizon. I've believed for a while that so it's supposed to be every single dig you do has an X% chance, according to the code base that Horizon is built on. Every dig you do has an X% chance to create a skill up. And that would mean that on days with lower dig accuracy, you should on average get more skill ups. My best skill up days have 100% never come from a low moon phase. Like the days where I do like 500 digs, never more than 2 skill ups. Maybe I wish I was tracking to say specifically how many. There might have been a 0.3 day, but the days where I've done like 0.8s have always been different moon phases. You know, waxing 80%. You know, waning crescent. You know, full moons. So I believe that there is rubber banding going on. But all that to say, the best thing you could do is just dig daily. Just dig every day. Target a zone that's going to have items that can recoup your costs so you don't lose anything. And just set small goals, like getting to level 10, getting to level 20. But yes, it is the amount of items that you dig. So you get, like I said, you start out with 100 items dug. This add-on is called H-Gather. It is in the Discord. I think I linked it. H-Gather, yeah. Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I could give up my Philosopher's Stone addiction. Oh. Because I have level 100 alchemy. Every time I see one, it's just dollar signs for me. Like, yeah, I could just sell the adamant ore or whatever thing. Insert valuable item here. And then buy them, but... So, Joe, it's a little bit different depending upon what you're looking at. But I will tell you, generally, the process. And I say generally because... of all the things I have here, one is not an add-on, one's a plug-in. Of all the things I have in there, one is a... Oh, nothing left to dig. Oh. One is an XI pivot file that changes your maps, right? So there are 2 items in that channel that do not work the way I'm about to explain. But in general, if it's an add-on, it goes like this. You open up your Horizon XI folder. you click Horizon XI, you click Game, you click Add-ons, and that'll bring you to your Add-ons folder. Basically, you want to navigate to the Add-ons folder. Then all you do is you want to unzip your add-on in that folder. Or, you know, however you do that. Unzip it somewhere else and drag it over, whatever you got to do. With like a small caveat. As long as you can do that, you're basically all the way there. There's a script modification as well. The script modification is only if you want your add-on to load on boot. If that's not a concern for you and you just want to get running, you don't have to worry about that right this second. So, let's assume you've unzipped your folder and you've brought it into the add-ons folder. There's two things you need to watch out for. The first is make sure that sometimes, because of the way GitHub gives away zips folders, when you unzip it, say the add-on is called hgather. It might say hgather-master. Delete the -master. Don't worry about that. It's just called hgather. The folder should be named hgather. All right, so that's the first thing to watch out for. Second thing to watch out for is sometimes you got as far as unzipping into the add-on folder, now you're stuck. Okay, so it's in the add-ons folder, and you're in game, and it's not named a -master or anything like that. What is the add-on you're trying to load? Because this next step is kind of a smack my head, but once you've done it once, you'll never forget it. Oh, there's my digging max for the day. 62K on this run. I got like 30K earlier. That was a really good day. I'm at like 92K. Something like 300 greens used. So minus 18 for cost. Today was a pretty valuable day for me. Joe, the last thing you do, I'm just gonna type it here. You just type that in game. Whatever your add-on name is, /add-on load add-on name. If you need any further help, post in. Yeah, see, there you go. Post in the Discord in the Horizon General section. But that is going to do it for today's stream, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Big appreciation to all the people who donated earlier towards the PS5 goal. I just really want to play 16, and you know we'll get to friggin' do that all together right here on YouTube. I don't have any planned videos for this week. I've got like 3 that I really, really want to work on, and it's just been hard to balance time to stream with time to make videos. So that's why it's just been harder. We finally got a stream today. Super happy to do that. Dynamis Valkurm. We got to watch that live stream. Really cool there too. Awesome H&M patch notes. I'll let you all know about that if you're not in that scene next time. I do have a podcast going up tomorrow morning. Level Sync podcast. Apple, Spotify, and right here on YouTube. So definitely check that out if you haven't. If you're a fan of the cast already, it's a great episode. But yeah, other than that, have a great rest of your Sunday evening, everybody. Have a great week if I don't see you. And keep in touch on the Discord outside of stream hours. And I'll see you all in the next one, all right? Peace out.